guys, TinaGale here, and today I have a layout for paper issues, and I'm working with the new Shimelle Starshine collection. And so I'm just showing here how I chose a block of this paper because I knew I wanted those little cut apart pieces later on, so I just picked the ones that I could live without for right now to map my photo. And then I'm going to ink the edges, and I have this other paper that has all the text on it, and I'm going to double matte that photo with it. So I'm just showing you that. And then I have this little accident, so I had to go bandage my thumb. I don't know how in the world I did it, but I sliced it with that trimmer and just really did a number on my fingers. So the rest of this layout seemed to take me forever. Well, not seemed. It really did take me forever. For whatever reason, when you bandage your thumb, you just can't scrapbook very well. So I just fumbled around and took me forever. So this video is going to be a little bit chopped up because of that, because I ended up deleting quite a bit out, and also because of the repetition and the time that it took. So this layout, I have this one photo that I wanted to scrap of my daughter, and then I have several other ones that I want to go with it that's going to go on another page. But I had seen a layout where they were using up all this different ephemera and all that, and so that was kind of the idea behind this layout. So I knew I wanted just kind of one single photo on the page. So I took this one piece of paper that had all the different sizes of little papers on it, and I just cut up a few different patterns that was going to go with the color scheme that I had worked with. I started with those, and then I took out the ephemera pack and picked out a few pieces that would go along with what I wanted to say. And the great thing about these ephemera pieces is some of them are like printed cardstock, and other ones are the clear printed on the acetate, so they are transparent. And I really liked that because when I put all of the blocks of paper, it can become quite overwhelming, but with those transparencies you still have something filling in those places, but a lot more space around it and kind of shining behind it so that it's not quite overwhelming to the eye. Then I also have the clear sticker sheet here, and so I'm just well, and one other thing, I have the chipboard pieces as well. So I'm just going through, and I started with kind of the bigger pieces of paper because I wanted them to come out from underneath the photo, and then kind of went to the next size down and did the bulk of my background, and then started filling in with smaller pieces. I also knew I didn't want to do all squares and all rectangles. I wanted to do a little bit of circles and just different shapes. So that's another way that the ephemera pieces came in handy for that, to help break up the design. So I have the bulk of the big pieces down, and now I'm just playing around and I'm looking more at the colors. I'm trying to make sure that I have the colors dispersed throughout the design kind of evenly, you know, some blue in the top, the middle, and the bottom. Same thing as the red and all of that. And so I fuss around quite a bit moving these little stars because they're just smaller little pieces, and at first I was kind of still in the mindset of putting my embellishments or certain parts of my embellishments kind of in a triangle around the photo, and then I'm deciding I really don't want to do that because I'm really trying to keep with this diagonal line of design. So I move those stars quite a bit. These are the chipboard pieces, and if you haven't checked this collection out, be sure to do it because it is so gorgeous, and I knew that it was the minute I saw it. And I immediately thought of these photos of my daughter with her internship, that they would be perfect, even though it's so-called a boy line because of the starshine, you know, outer space and all of that. There's florals and there's pinks and just such fun designs, and there's lots of great words in here that's perfect for the theme of what I was doing. So I knew I wanted to scrap a lot of her photos when I saw it, but it's keeps kind of selling out in different bits and pieces. But if you're needing it, be sure to check at the Paper Issues store. I know she got a second round of it in, and a few things are already sold out again, but just keep checking back. I'm sure she'll keep getting it restocked, and don't forget to use the code TinaGale to save 20% off your order. So I'm still kind of fussing around with the different stars. At this point, I'm looking at this top left, thinking I need just a little bit more, but I haven't quite figured it out because I wanted something besides just, you know, a block of paper. So I took it to my sewing machine and I did some random stitching across some of the tags and some of the square pieces of paper, and even did a little zigzag stitch along that red and white polka dot at the very top. And I did it right in the center because I know I'm going to put one of the chipboard pieces. I wanted to put some kind of embellishment on top of that because it was such a big block of paper. So I'm just did a zigzag stitch across it. Thought that was kind of fun. On the left one that has the star in the center, I ended up sewing right across the top of that star as well. And some of the strings you saw me, I pulled through the back and I just cover them up with washi tape so they don't come undone. And a couple of them, like this top one where I'm adding this embellishment over the top, and then one at the bottom, I left the strings up at the onto the top of the layout. I just trimmed them down where they weren't really, really long. I just thought it would be kind of cute to do that. Just added another little texture and movement. So now I have my date stamp. This is just Shimelle's, and I stamped it on this little card to the right. I hadn't quite decided how much journaling I was going to put on this page because I am going to do 3 more photos that go along with this same day on another page that will go next to it. But I ended up doing that, and I ended up writing the girls' names and all of that, and I made a goof on the journaling tag. So I'm going to have to figure out if I'm going to cut a piece of paper and go over it, or if I'm just going to leave it there and just ignore it. So like I was saying, on this top left, I kept wanting something more. And one part was that arrow going down was blue, and it really kind of ran into the background paper, and it didn't stand out. So I took the red arrow from the bottom right and put it on top of the one up above. I had used foam tape, so I couldn't get that arrow up. That foam tape's really good, and it stuck really hard. So I just stuck it over the top of the other arrow. So now I was kind of looking to see if I could find another arrow or something to go over here. But that one was a little bit big, and I found this little sticker, and it's going to end up back over there, but I'm still looking to see if I can find something else. Then I got to thinking about my cloud punch because this line has a lot of clouds in it. But they were all kind of bigger and I didn't want to use them. So I took my cloud punch and just punched one of the papers that had that text in the back that I matted my photo with. And punched one of those, and I'm going to put that up at the top. And then you saw me, I kind of sprinkled with some Heidi Swapp Color Shine. That was in the bronzer color. I went across on it. Still kind of fussing with these yellow little stars and little embellishments. Again, I wanted something sprinkled across there to help with the movement and just break up the blockness of the pattern. So I ended up getting some twine and putting through this, and then I'll end up getting some sequins and putting across the layout as well. And I have some still shots here where it will show. And so I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to check out the Paper Issue Store and the blog. If you're not a subscriber already, I would love to have you subscribe to my YouTube channel. So thanks so much for watching. Here's the code again to save 20% off, and we'll see you real soon with another process video. Bye!